Now, when you think of lodges, places to stay in the Adirondacks, you don't have to think big, dozens and dozens of rooms. Fern Lodge, perfect example. 4 rooms, 4 unforgettable rooms, a big, beautiful lake, a place downstairs where you can play and have a glass of wine. Well, let's go in and I'll show you all of that. The place is owned by Sharon and Greg Taylor. They used to own a bigger place down the road, but they decided to downsize a little bit when they started having a family. But they didn't compromise. They made it rustic all the way. And they even found some ways to make it rustic without costing a pretty penny. Come on in. We're going to get a tour with Sharon, and then I hope we can catch up with Greg somewhere along the way. He's building something somewhere. Oh, cold Adirondack winter. Hey, Sharon Taylor, how are you?
Hi, Derek. How are you?
It's great to see you again.
It's nice to be seen.
I haven't seen you since you and your husband Greg owned the Friends Lake Inn just down the road.
We sold in 2004 and shifted up the road here.
Why?
Well, the restaurant was sort of the 24/7 and the constant emergencies of the business.
And now you have a real nice, rustic, intimate B&B.
Yeah, we always loved the hospitality end of the business and the guests.
How many years did you work building this place?
Roughly between 2000 and 2004.
And Greg basically designed the whole place, right?
He did. He did.
Look at this. This is quite a design right here. What do you call this room?
We call this the Great Room.
Are those, look like cedar?
They are cedar cross beams. The rest is pine.
Local?
They are very local, from right up the road.
So you cut them down, dragged them down here, and then had them peeled?
Actually, our 4-year-old son peeled them.
Oh, that's great. Put the boy to work. I love this fireplace over here. But all this river rock, you've got to have one heck of a foundation underneath this, right?
Well, that is true normally, but this is cultured stone.
What do you mean cultured stone?
It's made with cement, and it's just about 2 inches thick. It's
Okay.
not. It doesn't have the weight that real stone does.
So somebody has taken real river rock stones, made forms out of them, and then
Colored them so they're
Yes.
indigenous to this area.
It looks absolutely fantastic, and you're saving a lot on weight here,
A lot of weight.
which is a great tip for people at home that want to go this way, maybe in an existing home, and you don't have to put in a 10, 12-foot foundation to hold up all that real
Absolutely.
stone. You can do this and get the same, and it feels the same.
It does.
It's really nice.
It does, and it captures the warmth.
Yeah,
and
it works
radiates.
great. Hey, how many rooms do you have here?
We have 4 luxury guest rooms.
And every one of them is different.
Every one of them is different, but everyone has a king-size bed, steam shower, a jacuzzi, a fireplace, a private view of the lake.
And a real rustic ambiance.
Absolutely.
Can we take a look?
I'd love to show you. Come on.
Okay.
We have 2 guest rooms on this floor, Derek. We have oak and pine. This is pine.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. You can see that the minute you come in here. Look at this wall. This is amazing. What, slabs of pine?
Yeah, we had this milled to get a sort of a log cabin look. It's only about 1.5 inches thick, and then we used chink in between.
Chink is that old-fashioned technique, like building boats. They used to pound in a piece of oil-soaked rope or rags or something. But here...
Here it's just a latex cement sort of thing.
Easy trick to do at home. Here is another one of those cultured stone fireplaces.
It is, just like all the rest of them inside. Greg built this.
Greg did. Nice selection, too. He's really nicely random on the selection of rock, so it doesn't look like it came out of a box.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, for my money, the showstopper in this room is this bed.
That is a nice one.
Look at this bed.
This was built by a gentleman in the Berkshires, Don Macaulay. And this is cherry, if you can believe that.
No, really? This is one solid slab of cherry.
That wide plank is cherry.
And then on the 4 posters...
Those are reclaimed barn beams. They're actually chestnut.
Really?
Yeah.
Nicely done. I like the idea, too. You've got an awful lot of pine, and pine goes a long way, even in rustic
Yeah.
design. So you went pretty bold here with a darker color.
The contrast I liked.
You wanted the contrast. And this also plays nicely with the color of the rug, which I'm sure is intentional.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, this really fits together wonderfully.
And it's really comfy.
I'll bet it is. And there is that classic view
Of Friend's Lake.
right out the window.
Today it's an icy view out there.
It's a cold, icy view, but it's just nice and warm in here by the fireplace. There's a special room upstairs that I really like because it has that kind of peekaboo fireplace.
Yeah.
Can we show our friends that?
Let's go see Birch.
Okay, birch, that's it. It was a great lesson on how you can mix and match rustic just the way you want it.
Good.
Now I got to find your husband. Where do I start?
Oh, follow the sound of the hammering. He's got a little project going on downstairs.
Sounds like it's down in the wine cellar. See you later.
Bye, Derek. Come anytime.
Thank you. Now we're in the basement of Fern Lodge in the recreation room, nice pool table, and there's Greg right there, the guy we're looking for, built the whole place, and now he's working on his new wine cellar. He already had a wine cellar, but he wants another one. Come here, I'll show you the old wine cellar that he built. Great old doors too. Come on in here. This was originally the wine cellar that Greg designed. You can see there's still wine bottles in. And what he's doing is he's carefully dismantling all of this and putting it in a little more intimate setting that can be seen from the recreation and entertainment room. Come on around the corner and I'll introduce you. Old wine cellar, new wine cellar. Hey Greg, how you doing?
Hey, fantastic.
Come on up here, shake my hand. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you.
So what are you building here?
Well, this is going to be the revised wine cellar. We're taking the old wine cellar, making it a little bit smaller, basically on square footage, but we'll be able to hold almost as many bottles as we had in the old cellar.
So you're taking out the old racks over there and fitting them for here?
Yes. Yes.
That's spectacular. What are you going to put in that room?
That's going to become our theater.
Theater?
Yeah, we're moving the theater from one end of the building down to this end of the building.
And then at the old theater is going to be...
That's going to become a new suite, but don't tell my wife.
Oh, you just can't stop building stuff, can you?
I can't.
And you designed this, didn't you? You designed it.
Yes, I did.
How? Where?
Well, we went to Nantucket for vacation, and we had this in the back of our mind when we were thinking about selling the Friends Lake Inn, and I started drawing the things out on a napkin and then went to a little bit of graph paper and figured it out that way, and then we had a friend of ours, Don Russell, put it onto a CAD program.
Computerized it.
Yep.
So then you could look at it and move it around.
And then we gave that to an engineer who checked out, you know, the beams and bearings and things that we needed to have for the structural integrity. And once that was done, we started building.
And when you were building, and in the original plans, your wife and I talked about a little bit about this earlier, but everything was going to be real stone, for example. And you had an epiphany, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
What was that?
That I would be out of money if I continued to build with real stone.
So you switched to cultured stone.
Yes.
Hey, I'm going to let you go back to work, and we got to take off. I want to go up and say goodbye to Sharon. But before I go, tell me, how many bottles of wine is this going to hold?
This is going to be about 3,500 to 4,000 bottles of wine in here.
So if I came for a long weekend, I'd be okay.
I think you would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I look forward to that long weekend.
Well, it's great to see you,
right.
and make sure you come back and enjoy the bar.
Yes. New bar going in here, too. Oh. Well, I think what Craig and Sharon have shown here dramatically at the Fern Lodge is that in order to be rustic, it doesn't have to be old or old-fashioned. Rustic can be new, like in cultured stone and in-floor heating. It just is an ambiance of the way you like to live. And I'm telling you, this, when it comes to rustic, is the way I like to live. Now I want to just take 40 winks before I go down there and take a real good look at that wine cellar.